currently it's reacting very positive from our zone. So I'm just going to clear everything, and then we start from the higher time frames, and then you see what I was seeing exactly. So that sometimes when I send these setups, you can see the logic or the reason behind them. So if we start with the higher time frame, the 50 has been selling for very long time. I don't know how many weeks are this, but it has been selling. And as I always say, if you have the playbook, if you have done one-on-one, if you have seen my YouTube, I always say you just go with the higher time frame. You don't need to try and buy something that is selling. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. So V50 has been selling like that. So number one, I was trying to see where are we approaching in terms of this sell. And if I switch to the line graph, you'll understand, since we had already taken out this low, because this was a low that had taken out this high. So when the market was around this low, I was expecting the market to buy from here, but that never happened. I was expecting the market, because this is a low that had broken structure in terms of the weekly. So then the market was here. I was just out very long. We have not traded V50 because I wanted to see what I was expecting, higher highs and higher lows on the lower time frames, that is the H4. But that never happened, and the market instead broke like that. So for that reason, the next target was this other low over here. If this low was broken, then it means the market will have want to push a little bit more down, maybe up to this low, before we see another strong impulsive move. So now, after I noticed that, so I just simply placed this line, and the concept of support and resistance. Around this line, this is an area that was previously a support zone, and now it has been broken. And fair enough is that it is going with the trend. So it means we can look a sell at around that area, and that's exactly what I did. And when you go to the daily time frame, so basically the weekly or the higher time frames, how I use them is just to see the direction of buyers. If I see the higher time frame we are selling, I'm not going to buy. However much I will see a good setup, I will not buy. Even if I don't know, I'll not buy. However that setup might be looking, I'll just wait for a sell move, because that is the direction of buyers on the higher time frame. So on the daily time frame, I was now starting to look at the market structure in terms of the lower highs and the lower lows. And of course, from the top here, we had a high. This is where this move, of course, originated from. So this was a high, and then from there we had a lower high somewhere around there, which was mitigated for this reason. You can see this was a lower high. The market went down, came back there, and then you take sell positions, and then like that. Understand? So from that lower high, we had this other lower high, which the market never came back there. Let me use the line graph for it to be more easier. Lower high like that, lower high somewhere there, here, and okay, so, and now where we are right now. So you notice one thing, sometimes you will mark your zone and the market will never come back. That is the essence of back testing and forward testing, so that you don't force the market to come back to you. If it is gone, it is gone. You just wait for the next setup. For example, this is a high, very strong sell move. The market never came back there. But for this one, the market came back to this high. So you could have taken advantage of this. You sell from there and like that. So for this other high, let me just make my zone a bit smaller. The market, I don't know, in the candlestick, the market never came back. It wasn't such a good high. And then this one, the market came back. You can see this high, the market went down, came back there, you take a sell move, you won like that. And then now is this high that we are right now. So maybe I remove this one, and then we focus with where we are. So this was a high that even if I switch to the line graph, you will see this is a high that took out structure like that. So remember, I'm on the daily time frame still, because for me, I rely so much on the daily time frame in terms of the direction of the market. So remember, this market has a potential of reaching here. Of course, it might not reach here, but it has a potential, bearing in mind this is a low that generated a very strong buy move from there last time the market was there. So, but in our case, we identified this high. The high took out structure like that. We came back there. So what I did after I identified this high on the daily, I went to the H4 time frame to look for an order block, which was now our point of interest in this case. So the order block is like this. So, okay, allow me to delete everything and then we deal with where we are right now so that we don't, I don't confuse you. Okay, so let me go back to the daily time frame. So this is the high I'm talking about. This is the most recent lower high on the daily time frame. And that is where our interest is in a downtrend, like in this case. So this high, number one, it took out structure. And that is something that is make me to focus on it so much, because high that takes out structure on the daily time frame is likely to be respected when the market comes back to that high. That is according to my back testing and forward testing for quite a long time. So this high took out this level like that. So my job now was to go to the H4. Most of the setup are H4 or H1, depending on where I'll find a nice order block. Sometimes I go to H1 because maybe the order block on H4 is so big and, you know, for risk management and stuff, so you have to refine it to make it a bit smaller. So I went to the H4 and onto the H4, there was this very nice order block over here. There was this order block over here. So it is from this order block now that we wanted. Now I can remove even this one. I can remove this one. And then this is now our area of interest. This is where we really want the market to come back in order for us to place the sell positions. So after I've done that, I just place my two horizontal line like that. And by the way, if you're on Trader Alerts and you don't understand the setup, what you can do, just look at these levels. This level, that's why I normally place these lines. Put these lines over there, go to your chart, mark the numbers over there, be exactly on your chart as well. And then what you do, just wait for the market to come back. It's that simple. So after I've placed this line, what I normally do is I still go down to the lower time frame and I want to see if my area of interest has been an area of significance in the past, because that increases my, just like a confluence, it gives you more reason to take a trade at that area. And as you can see in this case, in our past, if I'm to spread my zone like that, you can see in the past, there was a very strong buy move from there. And then right now we find an area again that the market took out structure. So that means this is an area that had a lot of potential. Should the market come back to that zone, it is an area that had a lot of potential. So maybe to scroll again in the past, you can see again the movement was catalyzed somewhere around here. In the past, you can see. So when you see like 3 times there was major moves around your zone, that gives you more than a reason to believe in your setup. That is why even sometimes I tell you, remember this setup, because I've checked all these things. And what you can do is simply to wait. And that is, I think, where the problem many people have. Many people have a problem in waiting for the market to come back to the zone. And what I normally say is that you'd rather trade few setups, but they are high quality. One characteristic of a person who doesn't know how to trade is that is a kind of a person who place trades every day, every time. You want to catch every move in the market, and you know, it doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, around here again, there is this liquidity zone that I noted on the setup, that you spot this liquidity zone, because what normally happens over here is when the market comes here. Now, this is the importance now of using the higher time frame to do your analysis. When the market comes here, if you didn't do a top-down analysis, of course, you are seeing this as a resistance level, and you want to place sell trades. You want to place sell trades from this area, which is wrong, because remember, the area that had sufficient supply is this zone up here. So over here, of course, a beginner, you are seeing this, the market reacted from there, and you are back here, and you are busy placing sell positions over here, because you are seeing probably this is a resistance area. And before you know it, like that, you are taken out, because the market wants to approach an area of sufficient supply. So when of course, when you take a sell from here, your stop loss may be somewhere up here. heated like that as we are approaching our point of interest now. So basically, this are a liquidity area, and what we normally say, if you cannot see liquidity, then you are the liquidity that the market is coming for you. So you either see the liquidity area, or if you cannot see it, then you are the one who will be liquidated, for that matter. So that is it about the V50 setup. Nothing much, and of course you can see the market is reacting from our zone very nicely, and that's it. I mean, don't need to complicate anything. Just put your setup, do other things, wait for market to come to your zone, place your trade, leave the market to make